Hi, I'm Link, and welcome to Link Life Money. And this is Dino and Rex. They are definitely not as scary as the dinosaur that I saw last week. Running into that dinosaur made me think about the importance of insurance. Insurance, not fun to think about, not fun to talk about, but it's really, really important. Many insurance programs through a person's workplace only offer a small payout and would not be able to cover a family's costs for a long period of time. For example, my current job pays 2 times salary for life insurance. I am truly appreciative of this amount, but this would only support my family for about 2 years if I passed away. Before we get into the financials, let's talk about the emotional and peace of mind reasons for why you need life insurance. A few years ago, I came home from work, I had a shower, and then I laid down on the couch. I immediately started to feel a discomfort and a pain kind of in my side back area. It started to get worse and worse, and when my wife came home from work, it got to the point where I said, I please need you to take me to the hospital. My wife was pregnant at the time, and 2 minutes into the drive, I started stressing about finances and not having additional life insurance or disability insurance. I was talking about finances with her, and this was very, very stressful because I was trying to plan it and work it all out on the way to the hospital. My wife and I didn't need to stress about this, but we didn't know at the time that I was going to be okay. Thankfully, I was okay. I got to the hospital. They had me drink some liquid so that it would start to show up on the CT scan better. They gave me some pain medication because it was very, very painful on my sides in my back area. And then the CT scan thankfully showed that it was a 1 millimeter in size kidney stone. So I learned that I needed to drink more water. I also learned that I needed to better plan ahead with finances so that I didn't have to stress or cause my wife stress, and that we could just focus on health and getting better in an emergency. Foolishly, it wasn't until the first week that my son was born until I decided to get additional insurance. I met with a very knowledgeable insurance advisor from a big company. I wanted to go with a big reputable company that had a high payout percentage. If you go with a cheap insurance plan with a non-reputable company and the insurance claim doesn't get paid, then what's the point of having insurance? I was honest and I disclosed my complete medical history as well as my family's medical history. Again, you don't want cheap insurance. You want to go with a big reputable company, and you want to be completely honest so that your claim is likely to be approved and paid to your beneficiary. At the time, I told the insurance advisor that I had an upcoming specialist appointment. My family doctor had wanted me to see a specialist for I had 2 spots on my face and she wanted to see if they were cancerous. As soon as I saw the doctor, she immediately said the 2 spots on my face were not cancerous. I was so happy, I was so relieved. Now I knew that I'd be covered for everything and that my rates would be lower. If you get insurance before a health concern happens, you're likely to be covered for more and your rates are likely to be lowered. I should have had additional insurance and disability insurance before these health situations came up so that myself and my family weren't stressed during this time and that we could just focus on getting healthy. There are many different types of investments that can make you a certain amount of money. It's not about getting rich fast, it's about having safe investments. There are so many scams, and people will say you'll make 10%, 20%, or 30% on your money. That sounds too good to be true because it's probably not true. You want to play it safe. All investments have risk, but let's look at the biggest indexes in the United States. There are 3 major indexes in the United States. The first one being the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which tracks 30 large companies listed on US stock exchanges, such as McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Nike. The S&P 500 tracks 500 large companies listed on US stock exchanges, such as the Home Depot, MasterCard, and Netflix. The Nasdaq Composite Index tracks more than 3,300 companies and securities traded on the Nasdaq stock market, with a focus on information technology companies such as Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. According to Business Insider, the S&P 500 has gained about 10.7% on average annually since it was introduced in 1957. How much insurance does a person need? That's a great question, Dino. It all depends on a person's financial situation as well as their lifestyle. Let's look at your specific example. 10.7% is very high. Who knows what's going to happen in the world? So let's play it safe and say that Dino's investments will generate him 3% return every year. Dino's gross income is $6,250 a month, or $75,000 a year. We take 75,000 times 100% divided by 3%, and that gets us $2.5 million. If Dino wants to retire and have the same potential income from his investments, he would need to have $2.5 million invested, earning 3% a year. Yes, this is a lot of money. Many people are surprised at how much that number is. Yes, it's a huge number, but it's best to play it conservatively to make sure that you and your family is financially okay. Now, there are two different kinds of life insurance. There's term life insurance and there's whole life insurance. In my personal opinion, I would never even consider whole life insurance. So I'm not even going to talk about the details of whole life insurance. Let's look at some of the factors to consider when considering term life insurance. You want to consider going with a big company that is reputable and that has a high payout percentage. Always be honest and disclose all personal health history, including family history. A term policy can be for any amount of time. Different terms have different prices. You can choose multiple beneficiaries. You generally do not have to pay tax on a life insurance payout in the United States and Canada. Go over the policy with a knowledgeable representative. Ask questions when you don't understand something in the policy. Many people think that they don't need life insurance until they have a family. However, it's a good idea to get term life insurance earlier rather than later for the following reasons. The earlier you get it, the cheaper your monthly payments will likely be. Getting it before having health concerns can lower your rate and cover you for more. Having peace of mind, knowing that you have it for you and your family or your future family. Even if you have health concerns, still get insurance. So how long should a person get term life insurance for? Well, that's a personal question, and it depends on a person's personal situation. Everyone's situation is completely different, but the longer the term, the better, so that you are covered for longer. So who wins? You or the insurance company? Trust me, you don't want to win, for you don't want to die. Let's take a look at some of the numbers. This is a $1 million 30-year term policy example. If this person paid $90 a month for this policy, they would end up paying $1,080 a year, or they would end up paying $32,400 for the entire 30-year term. Now, to me, that's a great deal. This person and their family would have peace of mind for 30 years, and it would cost them $32,400. Hopefully this person doesn't die, that they're able to enjoy their life, but that they have the comfort knowing that they have this policy. It's very important that a person gets long-term disability insurance. In Ontario, long-term disability insurance is an important form of financial protection that provides payments if you're incapable of working due to a covered accident, illness, or injury. On average, LDTI replaces between 60 and 85% of your base salary, up to a maximum amount that's mentioned in your policy, for a specified time, usually until an individual is well enough to resume work, or a specified coverage period, usually to age 65, if you are temporarily unable to work or totally disabled due to an injury or illness. Now, currently, my job has a policy that'll pay me 70% of my base salary. And the insurance advisor that I spoke with said that I could privately purchase another 10% long-term disability policy through this big company. So that's what I did. So now I have a total of 80% coverage for long-term disability insurance of my base salary. For long-term disability insurance, you want to make sure that you get the maximum amount possible. You also want to get a cost of living adjustment rider so that your payments increase. In one of my previous videos, I had talked about sky-high inflation. You want to make sure that your payments grow over time to maintain your standard of living. Payments are generally made until age 65. So what happens at age 65 when disability payments stop? In Canada, there's old age security as well as CPP, but a person has to have had contributed to CPP in order to receive it. A person also has to have contributed the maximum amount for 39 and a half years in order to receive the maximum monthly payment benefit, which is only $1,253 a month. There is government disability benefit that a person can receive before age 65, but all of these benefits likely don't add up to enough for a person to have a good quality of life if you don't have additional retirement savings. You want to protect yourself and your family, and in my opinion, it's extremely important to get both life and disability insurance policies from a big reputable company. Again, the earlier, the better. Sooner is better than later. It's very scary to have consumer debt, no insurance, and no financial plan for the future. This can definitely feel overwhelming. Take it one step at a time. I have many videos on my channel that can help. Remember, it's not about getting rich quick. It's about making good, safe decisions to build wealth over time so that you don't have financial stress and can live a great life now and in the future. Your future self and your future family will benefit from the good, responsible decisions that you make now. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge, but you can do this. Pay off that consumer debt and start building wealth. It's a good idea to try to drink 8 glasses of water a day so that you're less likely to get a kidney stone. If you'd like to learn more about my home buyer mortgage tips, the video is up on the screen right now. I still have 39 subscribers. Who's gonna be the 40th subscriber? I don't know, Dino. But thank you to everyone that has watched my videos, liked my videos, have subscribed to my videos. I truly appreciate your support. Save money, make good choices, and please be kind.